Hello, it's me. You're viewing my ceiling right now. That's my posters that I have on my ceiling. I've been running out of wall space, so I've been putting them on the ceiling. So, there you have it. I'm back for a vinyl update. And, we went and did quite a bit of things this past weekend. Some out of the ordinary. Actually, most out of the ordinary. The first thing we did was we went to a killer craft show. See that there? It was in Columbus. And when we went to the Yellow Spring Street Fair last weekend, I think it was, one of the booth that's there, What the Rock, they have a store in Columbus, and he invited us to go to this killer craft show. So we went to that, and it was in Three Sheets Bar, and it was really cool. I mean, there was about 20 plus vendors there, I would say. And one of the, I didn't buy much. Kat bought quite a bit, but I bought something from this booth, Earth and Wood, and there's their card. Yeah, I bought this little sticker is what I got, and actually I bought two stickers. Kat has the other one, but I thought that was cool. Keep it creepy. And then just for going, we got a swag bag full of goodies. It's just got various card promotions in here from a lot of the vendors that was there, some Halloween candy and so on. So that was cool, really something out of the ordinary. And then while we were in Columbus, because we hadn't been to Columbus in a while and we hadn't been record shopping in a while, we went record shopping. Went to two record stores while we were up there, and my throat is very scratchy today. Probably the weather change. It's starting to get colder at night, and then, hot, and cold, so everybody's got something. So the first thing I bought, or the first record store we went to, was Magnolia Thunderpussy. We'd been there before. We just hadn't been there in a while. And it was Lux Interior's birthday from the Cramps. So, I had to go ahead and buy a Cramps record that I didn't have, and they had quite a few there. This one is Rockin' and Reelin' in Auckland, New Zealand, Triple X. And I'd seen this record before a while back, and I'd bought some other Cramps records when I've seen this one the last time at a different record store, so that's why I didn't have it. This one's on colored vinyl, and it also has a free download card. And let me see here. It's clear vinyl, as you can see. And all of the Cramps records has been reissued, and I'm very happy about that. I mean, they've been reissued fairly recently. I mean, I don't know exactly what year. Let me see here if it says on the back. This says remastered in 2001, so I'm guessing most of them or all of them was out in 2001. And then I also picked up a record that I've passed up, me and Kat both have passed up too many times to count. And, we found the CD used and put it on our iPod, but it's just one of those records. I see people in the VC show it. And, if you're into goth at all, or even alternative rock for that matter, you have to have this record. And so I finally picked it up. The Cure, Disintegration. It's a double album, reissue. I mean, who doesn't like The Cure? The Cure is technically what I would consider one of the original goth bands, aside from maybe Bauhaus. And this is just black vinyl. But yeah, I was really glad to get it because it was at a pretty decent price. And, there wasn't much else that I wanted. I mean, they had a few other records, that I wanted. But this one I wanted more. So it was a no-brainer. So I'm glad to say that I don't have to worry about not having this one anymore on vinyl. By the way, if you're not familiar with this record, or if you're not familiar with the Cure, this one has Fascination Street, which was the first single from this album. It also has Love Song, which was a really big hit in the 90s for them, and so much so that Adele covered it on her next to last album. Pictures of You, that's a fantastic song. And Lullaby, which is a good Halloween song. But every song on here is good, and the songs that I was familiar with more so as singles, these are the album versions, of course, which means they're not edited, so they're a little bit longer than you might be used to if you've just heard the single versions. And by the way, on this Cramps record, this is a live record in New Zealand, August 30th, 1986, at the Galaxy. And they have the song on here, Do the Clam, which is from an Elvis movie. It's great. I love their version. Can Your Pussy Do the Dog? They also do Heartbreak Hotel. So yeah, I mean, if you're not a Cramps fan by any means, or a Cure fan, check both of these bands out, because if you're into weird music, alternative music, goth, and even stuff that's sort of like rockabilly and sort of punkish sounding, you would like the Cramps and or the Cure. Also in the dollar bin at that same store at Magnolia's, I got this Enoch Light record. It's a double record, still in the shrink wrap. There's Enoch Light on the back there, smoking his pipe. No, I'm sorry, it's not a double record. It's just a gatefold that's never been opened, I think. Yeah, but it's on Project 3. And I'm pretty sure I didn't have that one. And then this one, Greg Kihn, Love and Rock and Roll. I picked up a few Greg Kihn records a while back, listened to them, and they were really, really good. So when I seen this one, you know, it's like, okay, have to get it. Of course, you know, the Greg Kihn Band, potentially from his song Jeopardy, yeah, My Love's in Jeopardy, and then Weird Al covered it, which was also called Jeopardy. It sort of confused me there for a second. But one of my favorite songs I love that song, I love that video. That's a great Halloween video, by the way. But one of my favorite songs of all time, you know, if I could make a list, the Greg Kihn Band, the Breakup song. And I'm sure if you don't know it by the title, you'd know it if you heard it. So check out that song. And then this one, I want to say that I picked this up a while back, but I'm not sure that I did. I know Kat has this record, and we listened to it, The Brandos, and I was really impressed on how good it is. Honor Among Thieves is the name of the record. I wasn't really familiar with this band. I mean, the name sort of sounded familiar. Probably they might have showed a video or something on MTV at one point. But yeah, the Brandos, it's really a good record on Relativity Records. So that's all I got at Magnolia Thunderpussy in Columbus. And then we went to another record store that we had never ever been to, for whatever reason. And it was a lot closer than we'd realized. That was Spoonful Records, and I love their logo. They gave me a free sticker, and they have shirts that has this logo on it too. Next time I go back, I might have to get one of those shirts. But I looked through everything. Me and Kat both looked through everything, and of course, knowing me, I always go to the dollar bin, and almost always find something in the dollar bin. So there's quite a few here. Some of these were in the dollar bin, and some were marked down 50 cents. So this one is, I'm assuming this is German. But, you know, why wouldn't you buy that just for the cover alone? Yeah, it's definitely German, and I can't really pronounce any of it. I'm not even going to try. But, you know, I just love those covers. Those, I guess they call them cheesecake covers back from the 60s and 70s. You know, because that's what really sold the record. You see this on the shelf, just like I did, years and years and years later, and you buy it based on that. So, then this one, Me and Kat had just watched the Eagles documentary on Netflix not too long ago, and Randy Messner was in that band, and he did the vocals on um, one of their biggest songs, and I want to say it was "Take It to the Limit." Not sure if that's it or not, but I'd never seen any of his solo records, and there's one right there. Um, and this one was 50 cents. Like I said, it says track 5 on side 2 is damaged, but I haven't tried to play it yet, so I don't know how many records he did. More than likely it was probably 3. This is on Asylum Records, the same as the Eagles. There's a little scratch there, but you know, did I show the? Yeah, I did. And then I also picked another one up from him. Excuse me, from him. One More Song was the name of this one. What was the name of that one? I think that was just his solo, just his first one. But yeah, I guess you know, if you watch that Eagles documentary, you'd hear the whole story about it, and you really should because it's a really good documentary. This one's on Epic Records. That's odd. So this must not have been. This must have been a later one. It's just a regular white sleeve. Let's see. This one was in. Already in 11 minutes here. This was in '78. So that was right after he had left the Eagles, I think. And this was in '80. So. And then a while back, I was watching. I think it's Baraka P. Dub's channel. If you're watching, hello. And he has this series called Recorded Oddities. I stumbled across it, and it's like, oh my God, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Because you know, if you watch my channel, you see a lot of weird stuff. And he takes a record and he basically reviews it, you know, and it's in the weird, odd category. And he showed a Bill Medley record not too long ago, and it was one I'd never seen in it before. And he plays samples of the music on the videos, and it's like, wow, that's ridiculous. I got to have it based on the music and the cover. And then I found this one, I Still Do by Bill Medley. And Bill Medley is one of the guys that was in the Righteous Brothers, and he's still alive. The other one was not. And this only has like 6 songs on it, so that's sort of a strange. I mean, it says specially priced mini LP, but that's just odd, I think. It's on RCA. So yeah, Bill Medley, and I don't recognize any of these songs except for I Got Dreams to Remember, which I think that's an Otis Redding song. But yeah, now I want to get everything I see with Bill Medley. And of course the Righteous Brothers, I mean, Unchained Melody, how could you not like that song? You know, that's like the best version ever. And then this, I remember this group from MTV, just the name. I think it's pronounced LaRue. Keep the Fire Burning, and it's a great cover, of course. How could you not buy it for that? And then there's the band on the back with a little bit of spaghetti there. Like I said, these were in the dollar bin, and a lot of these records I'd never seen before. So, you know, that's what happens. But yeah, we were way long overdue to go record shopping at an actual record store. You know, I mean, I buy records periodically at thrift stores all the time, but I don't recognize any of these songs on here, but you know. But yeah, we went record shopping because we were overdue, like I said, and you know, you get the urge after a while, and I just sort of, not that I don't already have enough records. I mean, that goes without saying, but I've just been on this movie kick lately. Just been buying DVDs and watching movies and stuff. And then the month of October, we've been trying to watch as many like scary movies as we can. So that's sort of played into why I haven't been buying a lot of records. And then I've just sort of, you know, you get on kicks of things, or at least I do. This is a cool one. This is Fetchin' Bones, Bad Pumpkin. I mean, that's a great cover. I remember hearing the name Fetchin' Bones before, but I don't think I've ever heard any of their music. This originally came from the Record Exchange. It was $3, but I bought this one at Spoonful Records. It says Scratchy on here, but it's on Capitol. And I just love these covers. I mean, you know, I'd like to have that as a big poster. I just think it's really cool. What kind of beer is this down here? You can't really see what kind of beer that is, but that's awesome. And then this one looked interesting. Ian Lloyd and Stories, Traveling Underground. I don't know if it's the same band, Stories, that did that song. I want to say it was either Louie Louie or Brother Louie. I think it was Brother Louie, not Louie Louie. That's the Kingsmen. So I don't know if it's the same group or not. But, you know, price was right. And, you know, I gravitate towards those, and it's on Kama Sutra, and I love that label. That's a great label. It's one of the best labels. And I gravitate towards Dollar Records, you know. I think it's just a black sleeve. It's got a Buddha sleeve. And then this one must be their second record, King, Bittersweet. I have their other one. I don't know how many they did. Love and Pride is on the other one, and this one, probably, they were like a one-hit wonder. This came out in 86, so the other one was probably 84, 85. And this guy here, you might recognize him. He was on, I might be wrong, but I think I'm right. Let me look at his name here. He was on that MTV show, The Grind. I want to say, well, it says here, Paul King. I don't think that was his name. Who am I thinking of? Pretty sure that's what I'd heard, but Paul King, that don't sound right. So anybody out there watching this, if you ever watched MTV's The Grind, which I didn't make a habit to watch it, I think it came out after the show that Downtown Julie Brown had, which I don't remember what that one was called. It's like a dance show or something. I'm pretty sure that that's the guy that was in, that was on The Grind, but maybe I'm wrong. Millie Jackson and Isaac Hayes, Royal Rapids, I guess. But I mean, there's no way you can get any better than that unless you flip the album over, and then it just got better, you know. And they're having a great time. Anything Isaac Hayes is good as far as I'm concerned on Polydor. You know, I really like just a black sleeve. I really like Isaac Hayes. I think he's really cool. I like his vocals. This came out in '79, but I mean, look. Can you see that there? I just think that's great. This one was a shock to find in the dollar bin. Tommy James and the Shondells, Hanky Panky. And, I mean, I would have bought this regardless because I love Tommy James and the Shondells. But I recently ran across the Cramps doing a cover of Hanky Panky. And that just, you know, would make me want to get it more. And this has, of course, that song on it. Good Lovin', which is a Little Rascals song, I think, or just the Rascals. I don't know a lot of these other songs, but I'm sure they're great because anything that came out in the 60s, you know, is great. This one, Larry Raspberry and the High Steppers, No Accident. And I don't know if he's wearing like a dress and high heels there. I mean, maybe he doesn't have shoes on. It's hard to tell. It sort of looks like he's got a skirt on or maybe shorts. But this came out in 78, 79. It's hard to see that. But, you know, for $1 and the weirdness of it, I had to go ahead and pick it up. See if there's a insert here with a picture. Oh, there is. There's the band. And then this picture on the back with the lyrics. You know, and a lot of these obscure records, I'm glad that a lot of people would just pass right over them. But, you know, I can listen to those and get just as much enjoyment out of them as I would, you know, a known artist. The last one I have here is Paul Warren and the Explorer, One of the Kids. And this, for some reason, this album cover looks familiar. I don't think I have it, but I might have seen it online looking through albums or something. But it's definitely got that 80s look, but it's probably, yeah, 1980, so came out about the time that the Knack came out in 79, 80, right around in there. The lyrics on that side. And it's on RSO Records, which was also a Bee Gees record, a Bee Gees label, and Andy Gibb. And I think the Grease soundtrack was on there too. So there you have it. That's a little bit longer of an update, but I had a lot to show of recent stuff. Thanks for watching and subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and keep watching. I'll be making a Halloween video here shortly, so keep what did they used to say on TV? They used to say, don't touch that dial. That's what they said. So we'll see you in the next video.